नमस्ते, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। मैं हूं आपकी अपनी अवनी सिंह फ्रॉम आउटलैंड मीडिया, एंकर होस्ट for the discussion today. Also, I have with me the very talented Lopa Dash, the co-anchor, co-host with me, and Outland Media is immensely pleased to announce that we have with us Dr. Santosh Kumar, the prominent Indo-American community leader. She's the executive director of Universal Metro Asian Services. After remarkable success that she got in all the other fields that she's been working through, she has opened her own Vedic University. So without losing more time, we welcome Dr. Santosh Kumar on board, and let's go ahead and jump on to our questions. I'm sure you all are eager to hear from her. We are very glad to have you here. Let's start with our first question. What is your definition of success?
Definition of success. Success combine many things. Definition is a very, in the sense, when you can give the smile to the people, make them comfortable, find a solution for them. That is my definition of success.
What is your favorite thing about yourself?
It's very hard to say about favorite thing about myself. I love myself. I respect myself. And I'm very spirituality, which I have, which inborn in me. That is my best favorite thing. Okay, it did not allow me to do anything which is not ethical, which is not good for anybody whatsoever they are.
So, Dr. Santosh Kumar, tell us a little more about your background and journey.
Background journey. You're asking me from the childhood, or what is your question? Define that more.
Tell us how you made it to where you are today. I'm sure there's always a starting point, for each one of us. So how did you get started? And then I'm sure there would have been a lot of ups and downs, like all of us do, and especially where you are today with the empire that you've set up, in your own field. Tell us a little more about that. I'm sure the audiences would love to hear from you.
See, if you ask me how I reached here, because which is we all came from India, and I was very successful there in the sense I was a practitioner attorney, defense attorney, and I was professor of law. Very sad in my career, and as I told you yesterday also in my interview, I was a very Indian person. I love India. I love my people. I didn't want to come America, but like many people, they love to come here by leaving anything and everything. That is not the case in my case. I had to come because I married here. My husband was here before, 15 years before he married me. So I think my destiny was in America, though I didn't desire to be. You have to understand. When I came here, and as you see that America has a very high picture, or very, very, very special picture in the mind of all the world, not the India itself. Everybody considers that America is very rich, very high, very technically, and very, very advanced, and this and that. But when I came here, I had a culture shock, complete shock in a way. Okay, there was roads are completely, because I came in 1985, 10th April 1985. And that time, there is no leaves in the plants, no flower. It was completely barren. So I thought this, although I flew to Chicago, first I flew to New York, then I came to Chicago. I thought, this is America. There was no plant, no greenery, nothing. It was completely barren. And houses were so, everybody, no person to see on the roads. So this was very dull for me. It was very sad for me, if you ask me, because I left my family and came here as a bride. Mm-hmm. And then I came as a bride, nobody to receive me, because Mr. Kumar was all alone and he was with me. So I thought, this is the country you praise or would love to come. And I see many people, the line in the American embassy was so big when I went because I got a green card on the first day, because my husband was a citizen before he married me. So I got a green card the same day. I applied the morning, and by 3, I got my green card and I got permission to come.
Yeah.
So that is, I came here. Then I thought, what should I do here? because I was a total public person throughout the day and the night, because I go course in the morning, come home, change the dress, go to university and teach, and come home by 10 or 11. Or before I wake up, my clients come, because in India, you don't have to take appointments. They knock the door, and I was brushing my teeth and they knock the door. They were worried to how to get the bail or how to get their cross-examination or this and that. So I have to feed them. So I was around the clock with the people and doing something or the other. That is my dream from the very childhood. And you should know my background, because my family wanted to be a doctor. So I started as a science person. But since from the childhood, I was read so much about Gandhiji, Lincoln, and so they were my heroes. So I thought by doing medical, I may treat somebody, definitely. But by doing law, I can fight for injustice. Because I cannot see injustice towards anybody whatsoever. So I can fight for that. So that is the mean edge. So that is, I started from my science graduation to MSc, I got my admission, but I changed it to the legal field, which my family was very little bit not as happy as a doctor they made me. But I was determined to do the law, so I did. I got the admission. And another thing which I want to mention here, because in city where I was, there was no medical further and no legal further. So I accidentally, my sister was there in Aligarh, and my brother-in-law was in a posted in Aligarh. And so they invite me for after the summer vacations. So I went to the Aligarh to summer vacation, and my brother-in-law took me to the Aligarh Muslim University. And that university, I saw, it is a very big university. Every department was there. And there's such a big hall for cultural program and beautiful museum, beautiful art gallery. So I felt very much in love with the Aligarh University. So when I came, I thought, I prayed to God I should be studied here. But when I came back from Aligarh to Bharatpur, which is my birthplace, then I told my father I want to go to Aligarh Muslim University. Everybody was shocked. And nobody wants me to send there, because the history we have, which is but I was determined. So I did the 3-day fast. I didn't eat anything with the determination I have to go there. So finally, my family is very progressive, because the community I hail from, which is a caste community, which many people do not know maybe. So we are very open for the girl education, and we are all educated. My mother is very highly educated, my sisters, my sister-in-law, everybody. So education was in our blood. So that is not the point, but going there was a little bit a challenge. But my sister, my brother-in-law supported me. They have a big contribution for my studies and my career. So I went to Aligarh finally, and I went to law. So that is my journey started in a legal profession. And I fought many battles for legal thing, because, there is a lot of discrimination in many religion systems, because when they got the divorce in Muslim women, they didn't get the alimony at all, because they have a different contract. They have to give the meher, but meher was not given. So women were left with no money and with the children. So we started a movement. By the time I came from Aligarh to Jaipur, and we have a big fight for the laws change in the CRPC. CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code. Okay, the 125 is a code, is a section where the maintenance was given to the other women, all other religion women, but not the Muslim women. So we have to include that. So that battle we fought with the other departments, with the human department, which at that time, my vice chancellor's wife was a head of the human department in Jaipur University when I joined the Jaipur in 1977. So he was a big support for us, and we fight for that. We invited a lot of judges. We did a lot of legal seminars. Okay, this should be included. So, and finally it's included. Another battle which I won in the time, bride burning. In that time, there was so much bride burning in Rajasthan. And then, the common story was, stove was bust out, so that she's burned. Why could the other person is not burned? That was the question. The mother-in-law was there, father-in-law was there, brother-in-law was there, everybody was there, but she's the only person who burned. So it was a lot of dowry problem, lot of bride burning because of the dowry. So we had to, that we made other mission, the father-in-law, mother-in-law, and husband and brother, whosoever in the house has to be arrested also, because this is completely false. The bride was, the girl was tortured because of the dowry system. That is another battle. Halaki, they are using it in a very wrong way now. I heard many things that the girls are taking other way around.
Yeah.
So that is that should be really a balance in that, because we did it with the mission, because that time girls were tortured, and that is unacceptable to my psyche. That is people, that person I am. So then marriage came. I didn't want to marry because I was very sad. Day and night, I had no time for marriage. But you know, the parents want girl to be married, and I was the youngest in all my 5 brothers, sister. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. I am the baby of the house, and more stronger in a way. Then, you know, destiny had its own role. That I believe very seriously, because my destiny was here. I think these all seniors which I'm working with, they wanted me here, or unki takdeer mujhse judi hui hai. So then I married in 1984, and I came 10th April 1985, as I say. I came with wealth of education, wealth of knowledge. 14 years I taught in the university level, and I think 17 years I fought as a legal practitioner, as a defense attorney. Now there's nobody around me, what to do. So then I started talking to my husband, where should I, and very settled. My husband was very well established businessman and engineer. He was an IITian from IIT Kharagpur. So he was a very high position in Kaiser Engineer, because he was brought by Kaiser Engineers here, because there was in Chicago, there were steel plants there. He was a superintendent engineer in Rourkela. His family, my husband's family, is very high, because they are the people who established Agra University, St. John's, and the engineering in the Rourkela. My father-in-law was the engineer of Edinburgh from Scotland.
Wow.
He was called for creating the engineering in the Rourkela. His road was made by the government of India, the Jamban Road, because he was from there. And he started. All his brothers are engineers. My husband's brothers are engineers, all of them except one. So they are very highly acclaimed people. And generation to generation, this is the 5th generation we are. So they don't need me. Or in my parental side, we are from Zamindar family. So nobody works. Even male people didn't work. My grandfather and up never worked, because they were the Zamindars, they were the royal people, they don't work. My father was the first person who made the revolution, because the Zamindari was abolished in 1950 by Charan Singh. There was a chief minister at that time in UP. So he abolished. That time the Rajasthan was developing, and they needed educated people. And in those times, you will be surprised, our community was the only community who's well educated in English, Persian, Urdu, everything, because they work with the Nawabs also, because they are well versed in Urdu and Persian also. So they came, transferred to Rajasthan. That's why my father was in Rajasthan, I was in Rajasthan. Now I come to this country. Then I started going with in the other organizations, because I saw Rajasthan organization, UP organization, New American Center. Everybody was talking about seniors, but nobody was doing anything. Meanwhile, I started, I have 2 children, and in that period from 85 to 85, I born, I think, Prashant, and then 87, the second one. So in the beginning, I was a little bit busy, but I started learning the computers here during that time. Because computers, I have not seen in India in that time, though now it's so high. But I'm I'm a student of Aligarh Muslim University, which is a very rich university in every resources. They have resources from outside countries also, but no computer at that time. So I started learning computers and I evaluated my degrees. I found they considered me a complete more than required for practice. So I started practice in 1989. And during that period, I used to go to DHS office, Social Security office for the people, because they are vying for medical card and their Social Security issues and immigration issues. I started immigration and real estate. I did so closing also. But immigration was my passion. because there's a lot of problems facing my people because of the spelling also. You will be surprised. You should note that. Certain people write the Choksi spelling Choxi. Certain people write Choski. And the three brothers was applied by the parent, three sons. But two was given, one was not given because the difference in the spelling. So I have to fight this thing to the Department of Immigration here because the clerk was not to listen. I say, I have to talk to your director. So I have to write it to the director of the immigration here in Chicago and fight for them. This is the same thing because we can write name in many, many ways. So these kind of things make me very agitated. And I fought tooth and nail for that. So I started that. During that period, I found our senior people are suffering so much and well-educated was suffering so much. Let me tell you why. There's two stories. Well-educated, their education was not recognized here, though they are officials in their back home. But here they cannot type a single letter because we are not used to type ourselves. Then computers were unknown, fax machines were unknown to us, any officer, because they have a typist for them. They have a servant for them. Here, they have to do themselves. So they could not find even clerical job. Because filing is so difficult. Which is the last name, which is the first name, we have no knowledge about it. We cannot type from the dictaphone. So there's a two thing I seen. The highest people were driving taxis here. Doctors, engineers. That was very painful. Even my husband's company, because he was very well-established businessman at that time when I joined him, he has a company of a brass and machinery because he's an engineer, as I told you. So four doctors were packing stuff for him, which is a very, very painful for me. I talked to them. I counsel them that you cannot do this. Your parents have spent so much money on you to make you doctor. So you do something. So they have to do Kaplan. So I told my husband, please file a fees for them. So they become Kaplan. They increase their score and they can get the admission. And they got the admission finally. So I saw a lot of pain in my educated people, non-educated people, and the senior people. Senior people are totally alone. Nobody was looking after them. Nobody was cooking for them. When in India, we cook 4 times.
Yeah.
But here, there's no time by the girl or by the daughter-in-law. They are busy with their children either or their job. So there are nobody at the home. As the story started, how this MFS was started, I will give you, I have talked many times about it. I was coming from the court one time. It was almost 6 or something like that, which is a little darker and colder weather was started, like September. In Chicago, September is also cold. Then I saw one couple was sitting on the door and on the staircase. Outside 3-4 सीढ़ियां जो हैं, उससे बैठे. मैंने गाड़ी रोकी और मैंने उनसे पूछा क्या बात है? Why you are sitting outside with such a thin sari and chappals, slippers? And what I gathered was that they are hungry and they cannot open the gas. So I got inside their house with their permission and I opened the gas. Gas was opposite. In America, many machinery are very different. Some are this way, some are. So I opened the gas and make the tea for them because they put the water on them. And while they're drinking, the asu, the dripping on her face. That was hit point for me. There was a turning point for me. I thought this is the condition of our people. We travel 10,000 miles with a dream that we will become so rich because we consider India as a poor country and still we have at least 2 or 3 servants in a medium kind of family. And whosoever has come, they were not downtrodden. They have come with their own money. So they had money, they have servants, they have people to look after, mother, father, or the father-in-law, sister-in-law, whatever. So I couldn't sleep that day. And I told Mr. Kumar, I have to do something. He said, what do you want to do? I say, this is the condition of our senior people. Because before that also, I seen many people when I go to DHS office or Social Security office, people are sitting there. I came after fighting my case, 5 hours, and they're still there. So that one day I look after, what is the matter? So I found out the man was sitting because his benefit had been taken out because he went to India. Now he came back. So they're asking them to show their paper that they have come back and which day they came back, because they need one month period. After 1 month, they can again reinstate their case. But he could not tell me because he was talking in Gujarati. At that time, I didn't understand Gujarati as much. But I took his son's number and I called his son number. This is the problem, and you can show his passport, his ticket that he has come back on that day. Then his benefit will be reinstated in a month or so. So, but he said, no, we have no time. हम पे time नहीं है.
I know, I'm sure you would have had a lot of pushbacks, these kind of challenges where,
Right.
even though where you're trying to help people, they would push back
Right.
saying, we don't want it.
Right, we don't want it. मैंने कहा नहीं, आप नहीं जा सकते, मुझे नंबर दीजिए, मुझे अपना घर का एड्रेस दीजिए, मैं इनको ले जाऊंगी. मैंने बताया who I am. तो उन्होंने सोचा ये वकील है, ओहो ऊपर तो फीस मांगेंगी. तो कहते हम कितना पैसा मांगोगे, कितना पैसा देंगे आप. मैं कहा पैसा नहीं चाहिए मुझे, आप मुझे केवल ये बता दीजिए, मैं उनको ले जाऊंगी और उनको करवा दूंगी. बड़ी मुश्किल से उन्होंने दिया मुझे. मैं उनको लेके गई, उनको दिलवाया, रजिस्ट्रेट कराया. लेकिन एक बात यहाँ पर हुई, इस बात से उन्हें ये भरोसा हो गया कि ये करवा सकती हैं और कर देती हैं. तो गुजराती में बहुत अच्छा इंटरनल कम्युनिकेशन होता है. दे आर वेरी गुड इन दैट टू स्प्रेड आउट द गुड वर्ड. सो दे स्प्रेड द गुड वर्ड. एक संतोष बहन है, वकील है और पैसे नहीं लेती है और काम कर देती है.
आपने बताया you started with a very different mode, helping women, the younger generation to coming here to find out issues.
I have made so much resumes. I have given computer education for thousands of people before we go to senior. At 3 times मैं शिफ्ट चलाती थी. और हमारी जो प्रेसिडेंट थी उन्होंने हमें यूनाइटेड बैंक से, एक बैंक थी उसमें वो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट थी, तो उनके चेंज हो रहे थे. कंप्यूटर हैज चेंज इन माय लाइफ. 386 to now is this one and this one and this one. So they are changing their computer. So we got 20 computers from that bank as a donation. So we have made a big hall and we connected all the 20 computers, and we started 3 shifts for teaching the computers and making the resume of the people. Because our people make resume for 20 pages. Who will read here? So I have made so much resumes for the people to get the job, and how to prepare for the interview, how to dress, how to smell. I have done that work in the beginning of before I started the serious service.
That is great. On a lighter note, let me ask you this. Is there anybody in Chicago who doesn't know you or who you've not helped, or, any life that you've not touched in some way, Dr. Santosh? I mean, you've been doing such...
I cannot take that credit. I cannot take. But this is my passion to take the pain out from the childhood. If I tell you my childhood story, which I tell yesterday, I want a solution. This is the problem. Okay, there must be some solution, right? So I will focus on solutions and do quietly.
That is great. And again, it's our pleasure to have you here once again. I'll now pass it over to Lopa. Lopa, do you want to go next? I'm sure you have a lot of questions lined up for Dr. Santosh.
Dr. Santosh, I would like to know if you ever wrote a book about your career. What would be the title and why?
Right now, the books has already written on me by people who have observed me, who have seen me. I think first book came maybe 5-6 years ago. They have written Mother Teresa of Chicago, because that title I have from my alma mater. My Vedic University has given me that because they saw my work and they feel very affinity with me, in the sense I feel affinity with them. So that book was published by Indore writer, Mr. Ramesh Dikshit, published by Mr. His name I forgot, Vyasi. So they have published on that. So they have studied my career here. He sit here for 6 months and took all my information and then published the book there. The second book came again on legacy of Mahatma Gandhi.
Okay.
Because as I say, that my career, I changed my career because of the Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy, or Lincoln philosophy, to how to serve the people. And then there is a need how you should stay focus, truthful, without a violence. Then you can do that. So that book also came later on. Then another book came on COVID hero, as a COVID hero, because we did so much work during the COVID time. My staff, actually, this book should be dedicated to my staff and my board members and everybody who was a part of it, but it's written on me though. The credit goes on me because of the head of the institution, I should say. Book somebody will write, or I should, autography is a different thing. Somebody write, I don't know what title they will give me.
I know it's never a journey alone. आपने जब अपनी story बताई हमको तो आपने बहुत बार, you mentioned your husband, you mentioned your dad, you mentioned, your in-laws and everybody who impacted, your life and your career in multiple ways. So let me ask you this: if there was this one person you would want to, call out and say, I owe it all to this person, and what he did in this journey for me. So whatever, the contributions that I had from my family or this particular person, who would you name and why?
Actually, many people have contributed, which I'll give you later. For men, if you say only one person, that is my Mr. Kumar, that's my husband, because he gave me full freedom. And whatever I wanted financially, time-wise, time is very important. For a husband to leave me alone without any demand, because Indian husband generally, जो Indian husband का जो culture है, जो हमारा culture है, उसमें wife have to cook, wife have to serve, wife have to pack the attaché if they are traveling, or just look after the children. I have 2 little children when I started this. One very, very little. If I show you my journey, if I have a book, I can show you. But he has no demand on me and give me full support. I needed housekeeper, he gave me housekeeper. I need clean person, he gave me clean person. I needed clerk, he gave me clerk. I needed typer, I needed typist. Because he was very well established, so he gave me all the resources for me and money for me. And full support whatever I wanted. That was very amazing for an Indian man.
And I think this is a topic of great interest to Outland Media on, the support that women need today. I'm so glad to hear this answer. And Mr. Kumar, if you're listening to this, I hope you will be, in some point of time. We are very thankful to you. Not just, this is not just support for Dr. Santosh, but I think this is, for the entire community. Outland Media thanks you for what you've done. Thank you. Lopa, over to you.
There, he's no more now. But
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right. But he must be watching. He must be listening. He's watching over me, definitely.
He is. He sure is. His blessing.
And if you ask me, definitely I will go to him. But many, many people are in the journey. Many people. I will mention like SS Bhatt. हमारे जो शुरू से जो पिलर थे, मतलब he was a driving force. Mr. Manchanda, Mr. Ramesh Goyal, Mr. Narendra Patel, they were the senior people with fire, driving force. There must be driving force, somebody. Okay, how we needed this, and we have opened many towns because of the SS part. He will go, Shamburg need the help, Nice need more people, and then Nepal. I have 3 offices in the Nepal, where you people are from Nepal. 3 offices working for the community. One is for home care, one for adult care, one is for Ayurveda now. So I have 3 offices there. Then Warren Hills, Lake County. Then Carroll Stream and Elgin, Orland Park. Wherever people wanted me, I have opened with the advice of my board member. And my board is very supportive. Dr. Jaffrey, Dr. Asthana, Nikun Pai, Dr. Monali, and Dr. Surika, very, very positive people. So and Dr. James also. So my board is very supportive. My staff is very hardworking. So many people have to go this credit to them. I hope I answered your question.
Dr. Santosh, I know you're quite busy, but still I wanted to know, what are your hobbies and what do you like to do in your free time?
In the childhood, I was a very good painter. I love drawing and painting. If I would have given a freedom, or if I don't have that passion for fighting for justice, I would have been a painter. And I would love to sing, but my throat is not that well because I have an operation of the my tonsils. You know what I did? I did operation in the while without any medicine for getting me unconscious. So
Wow.
so I cut my tube inside, I think. So I couldn't sing.
Wow.
I was a very good singer. I have a trained singer at that time. But after 8th class, I couldn't do. But painting is my hobby. Reading is my hobby now, basically. Now, from the very childhood, I told you, in 11th year, I have read all the books about Gandhiji. That
Wow,
was at that time. And the Lincoln.
that's very impressive.
Gandhiji's story. I have to, before I sleep. A lot of things I have read at that time also. And I read very passionately. Anything or everything now.
Mhm.
On a lighter note, since you mentioned singing, the next time I see you, Dr. Santosh, at one of my events, I'm sure I'm bringing two mics together to sing with you.
No, you will be in the rhythm, I cannot be, so that will not be possible.
We'll have
पर
fun,
मैं
I'm sure.
आपको enjoy करूँगी बहुत अच्छे तरह से, बहुत अच्छे enjoy करूँगी, definitely. I love cinema very much. Good cinema is very good for your relaxation and for your education also. I give credit to Bollywood for teaching the language for the people who do not speak Hindi.
I
Yes,
should
true.
tell you to that. So when we had this song that came out, from Tezab, the Madhuri's famous number, Ek Do Teen. So I know back in India that even whether you were literate or illiterate, every child knew how to count from 1 to 13 in Hindi. So thank you, cinema for that, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Many more.
Bollywood has a lot of contribution for giving the culture and the language, definitely. Because language we need very seriously. That I will give to the message of people who do not understand. Hindi may not be their state language, but for the sake of the nation, for the sake of the unity of a nation, for the reputation of the nation, we have to choose one language. And that is Hindi. That can be Hindi because Hindi is spoken in a very wide spectrum. From Bihar to UP to Madhya Pradesh to Rajasthan, they're totally Hindi. Everybody knows Hindi. Even Kashmir, and my classmate in law department was 98.9% were Kashmiri, but all knows Hindi. Though they speak Kashmiri and Jammu people speak Dogri, I think. But they all know Hindi and they sing so well. So Hindi is very popular. That's the only language which can bind us. For the reputation, I know South is maybe very angry on me right now if they are listening to me, but they have to understand that we are not here as a Madras people or Chennai people or Kerala people or Rajasthan people. We are Indian. We have to be known as Indian first.
Yeah, true.
And,
I agree. I agree to that. I remember I visited Mackinac Island last year, and there was a Mexican girl in the store, and she's like, "Are you Indian?" I said, "Yes, I know how to sing DDLJ songs." I said, "Wow,
yes. Oh, Dil Wale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge is so popular.
Yeah.
My God, and the Raj Kapoor picture in the Russia was so popular.
Yes.
Russia. I used to study in the childhood Russian Nari और Russian मतलब नारी एंड भूमि दोनों हिंदी में छपती थी, रशिया से आती थी.
Yes.
अदर कंट्रीज ने हमसे ज्यादा अच्छा किया है. उनकी संस्कृत की यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं. जर्मनी ने बहुत अच्छा किया है. उनके पास जर्मनी में संस्कृत है. जो यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं जो हम नहीं कर पाए थे उस वक्त, अब तो खैर खुल रहे हैं. हमारे पास भी अब संस्कृत की यूनिवर्सिटी खुल रही है जो आपके स्क्रिप्चर्स के लिए बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि संस्कृत इज द मदर ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस. तो हमें इस बारे में काम करना है अभी काफी.
My next question. So this University of Vedic, the Vedic University that you're running, Dr. Santosh, थोड़ा उसका vision बताइए हमें, उसका admission process क्या है? Tell us a little more about that, please.
Sure. विजन तो उसका ये है, ऐसा है कि हमारी पूरी संस्कृति वेदास पे, हम कहते हैं ना वैदिक हमारी संस्कृति है. लेकिन जो पेन मुझे है, वो जो दर्द जिसकी वजह से ये बनाई गई है, या जिसकी वजह से हमें एक विजन हुआ कि जो वेदास हमारे हाथ से लेकर फेंक दिए गए, व्हेन द इन्वेडर्स हमारी कंट्रीज में आए, उन्होंने हमारी 16 यूनिवर्सिटी जलाई. जनरली आप तो सुनती होंगी केवल तक्षशिला और नालंदा को ही, लेकिन 16 यूनिवर्सिटीज को, हमारे लिटरेचर को जला के बाहर फेंक दिया गया, हमारी संस्कृति को बुरी तरह से कुचला गया, हमारे वेदास को हटा दिया गया, हमारी लैंग्वेज को हटा दिया गया। इसके बाद फिर ब्रिटिशर्स आए, उन्हें तो पता ही नहीं था कि हम क्या हैं और कैसे हैं, उन्होंने जो कर सकते थे वो अपने हिसाब से किया। लेकिन मेरे दिल में ये दर्द है, और इसका विजन जो आप कहती हैं कि जिस यूनिवर्सिटी के बेस पर, जिस वेदास के बेस पर हम अभी तक चले आए बिना पढ़े, ना तो हमने देखा वेदास को कभी पढ़ा, ना हमारे पेरेंट्स ने कभी पढ़ा, ना हमारे ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स ने कभी पढ़ा, क्योंकि कितने साल इस्लाम लोगों ने हम पर राज किया, फिर इसके बाद ब्रिटिशर्स ने किया। तो इसके बावजूद भी अगर वो जिंदा है, आपको जानकर ये हैरानी होगी कि 48 सिविलाइजेशन थी, एक भी नहीं रही, सब मिट गई। चाहे वो बड़ी बड़ी रही, रोम की बहुत जबरदस्त थी, मेसोपोटामिया बहुत बड़ी थी, अलेक्जेंडर की बहुत बड़ी थी, पर्शिया की बहुत बड़ी थी, लेकिन सब मिट गई। अगर कोई बाकी है वो है हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी और हिंदू सनातन धर्म, जो कि वेदा की वजह से है, क्योंकि वेदों ने कुटुंब, पूरे विश्व को कुटुंब माना। उसने ही ना ये देखा कि आप किस धर्म से आते हैं, किस कंट्री से आते हैं, किस धरती से आते हैं, डजंट मैटर, हमारा विश्व कुटुंब है। हम सबके शांति के लिए, सबके भलाई के लिए, सब कुछ के लिए काम कर सकते हैं। तो मैंने इस पर इस यूनिवर्सिटी को बनाने को, उसे लाने की प्रेरणा यही है, जो कई विद्वानों से मिली, जिसका नाम मैं लूंगी, जो यहाँ पर आए हुए थे, वेदा अलंकार जी और जो उनकी वाइफ थी। उन्होंने कहा कि वेदा ही एक ऐसी चीज है जो विश्व में शांति कर सकती है सबके लिए। आप किस धर्म से आते हैं, किस कंट्री से आते हैं, इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है। हम ये संस्कृति वो पढ़ाती है, वो सिखाती है कि हम सब धर्म के लिए हम एक साथ काम कर सकते हैं, एक विश्व को पूरा एक सेतु में बांध सकते हैं, क्योंकि हम ग्लोबल हैं। हम ये नहीं कर सकते कि यहाँ पर हम नुकसान कर देंगे तो वहां नहीं जाएगा, वो सब जगह जाएगा। इसलिए हमें ऐसे संस्कृति लाने की कोशिश करें जो विश्व को एक बांध सकती है, शांति दे सकती है, प्रसिद्धि दे सकती है, प्रॉस्पेरिटी दे सकती है। विज्ञान ने बहुत ज्यादा उन्नति की है, लेकिन इसका फायदा उठाने के लिए हमारा दिमाग भी तो शांति में होना चाहिए, तब वो हो पाएगा। और आयुर्वेद को मिलाएंगे, दो कंसेप्ट हैं इसके। नूपुर जी, आपने मुझे सवाल पूछा है, एक है एकेडमिक, एक है क्लिनिकल, जो आयुर्वेद, वेलनेस को मैंने जोड़ा है आयुर्वेद से। आयुर्वेद को जोड़ने का कारण ये है कि एलोपैथी से क्योर नहीं हो पाया कोई। जो बीमारी है उसको कंटिन्यूसली दवा लेनी पड़ती है, चाहे ब्लड प्रेशर है, चाहे आपकी डायबिटीज है, या कोई बीमारी है, कंटिन्यूसली दवा लेना पड़ेगा, वो सबसाइड करता है, क्योर नहीं करता। लेकिन आयुर्वेद में एक ऐसी संस्था है, ऐसी विधा है जिससे हम क्योर कर सकते हैं। तो हम एलोपैथी और आयुर्वेद को मिलाकर एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बन जाए जिसमें कि एलोपैथी की कुछ अच्छी चीजें हैं, जैसे ऑपरेशन तो उसी हिसाब से होगा, इमीडिएट अगर चाहिए तो एलोपैथी पे ही जाना होगा। लेकिन अगर हम जीवन दर्शन बदलें या जीवन शैली को बदला जाए तो हम पूर्ण तरह स्वस्थ हो सकते हैं। इसलिए इसके दो पार्ट हैं। एडमिशन इसमें लेने के लिए हम बाकायदा रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर्म बनाएंगे, एडमिशन ले सकते हैं आप ऑनलाइन भी हम इसे पढ़ाएंगे और वहां पर भी पढ़ाएंगे, इन पर्सन भी हम इसको तैयार कर रहे हैं, वो भी पढ़ाएंगे। और सर्टिफिकेट से लेकर पीएचडी तक इसमें होगा। और प्रैक्टिकल जो आयुर्वेद है उसमें सब कुछ सिखाया जाएगा, पूरे इलाज सिखाए जाएंगे, उसकी दवाइयां दी जाएंगी। तो आप अपने आप को बहुत अच्छी तरह खुशहाल और हेल्दी रख सकते हैं। ये इसका विजन है।
So my next question is Dr. Santosh, IUVW में what would be the courses which you would be offering?
कोर्स तो बेसिकली बेसिक सब कुछ देंगे। पहले स्टार्टेड करेंगे कि व्हाट द वेदास आर, क्योंकि वेदास 4 हैं, तो उनको पढ़ाया जाएगा बाकायदा। उसके लिए बाकायदा सेक्शन रखे जाएंगे कि शुरू में ये है, मिड में ये है, बाद में ये है, एडवांस में ये है। इस तरह से पूरी संस्कृति उसमें पढ़ाई जाएगी। वेदिक मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ाया जाएगा, जिसकी एस्ट्रोलॉजी जिसके बेस पर चलती है, क्योंकि हमारी एस्ट्रोलॉजी बहुत ज्यादा प्रसिद्ध थी, बहुत ज्यादा डेवलप्ड है, जो विश्व को पता नहीं है।
जी
हाँ, हैरानी हो जाएगी जब हम ये खुल के पूरे वर्ल्ड के सामने आएगा कि उस जमाने में, जबकि ना तो लैब थे ना विज्ञान था कुछ, वो तब भी कितनी वैज्ञानिक थी, एस्ट्रोलॉजी कितनी। तो ये सब वो आगे पूरे वर्ल्ड में फैलाया जाएगा, पूरे विश्व के लिए, पूरे विश्व के लोग इसका, हम विश्व की अनुसंधान का फायदा हम उठाते हैं, तो उसका फायदा सब लोग उठाएं।
ये कितने साल का कोर्स होगा? जिससे हमारे जनरली से ग्रेजुएशन होता है, फिर वी गो फॉर मास्टर्स एंड देन पीएचडी, और इट इज लाइक समथिंग।
शुरू में जो सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स हैं वो तो आपके 6 से लेके 1 साल के होंगे। जो आप अगर ग्रेजुएशन करना चाहते हैं तो वो 4 साल लगेंगे, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के लिए 6 साल लगेंगे, और पीएचडी के लिए फिर उसके फर्दर 3 साल और लगेंगे। और आप कर पाए, क्योंकि बहुत सी पीएचडी 3 साल में भी नहीं कर पाते, या 4 साल में करते हैं, 5-6 साल में करते हैं, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द पर्सन व्हाट इज फोकस इज। स्क्रिप्चर्स की भी इसमें पूरी दी जाएगी, पूरे प्रैक्टिकल कैसे करते हैं, रिचुअल को भी सिखाया जाएगा, क्योंकि यहाँ के बच्चे अब रिचुअल भी नहीं जानते हैं, इसके पीछे कारण भी बताया जाएगा कि हम क्यों कर रहे हैं।
I mean, it's been great, hearing your journey, all your achievements. We're all very proud of you. And I think we are very blessed. Chicago is blessed to have you. I will say that one more time. We are very glad to have a leader like you here. And you inspired many, many, many of us. Now that you've been associated with Outland Media, and I know you've known some of us and knowing, a lot more of us now, what do you have to say for Outland Media? How do you feel about it?
I will wish Out Media very much, because Outland Media का सबसे बड़ी जो खूबी है वो ये है कि उनका काम बहुत तेजी से वो करते हैं, और अच्छा करते हैं, बिना, बल्कि मैं तो सोचती हूँ बिना डायरेक्शन के कर लेते हैं। मैंने बताया भी उनको, हैरी को, ये आपका जो दानिश है वो मतलब, और आप जो पीछे से जो काम कर रहे हो वो मैं नहीं जान पाई, अब जान रही हूँ आप लोगों को, कि उसके लिए लिटरेचर सही जोड़ना, उसके लिए सही बात करना, और उसको जो भी ऐड जा रहा है, जो भी जा रहा है, उसके लिए सही इंफॉर्मेशन दे पाना इज नॉट ए जोक, बट मैं उसको बहुत एफिशिएंट मानती हूँ। आउटलेट मीडिया का बहुत अच्छा भविष्य है, और मैं उसके लिए बहुत उसकी आशीर्वाद भी देती हूँ और तमन्ना भी करती हूँ। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी एंड गॉड ब्लेस ऑल ऑफ यू, हैरी, दानिश, एंड यू.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule for Outland Media. Thank you.
Other side of you, which a lot of us did not know. तो 2 लाइनें प्लीज हमारे लिए और हमारी ऑडियंसेस के लिए आप अगर आप गुनगुना देंगी तो हमें बहुत अच्छा लगेगा।
हो, मुझे अभी गाना आपके लेवल पे थोड़ी आता है, जो मैं क्या गुनगुनाऊंगी मैं, आई डोंट नो।
What's your favorite song? Lata ji, who inspires you?
Oh my God, such a great. मुकेश का भी गा सकती हूँ मैं, कोई भजन सुना सकती हूँ।
जरूर 2 लाइनें सुनाइए प्लीज।
ओहो, मैं आपके गा देती हूँ, हालांकि मैं गा रही थी। मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरी सेवा मैं क्या करूं। मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरी सेवा मैं क्या करूं। चंद्रमा बन के आप ही तारों में जगमगा रहे, चंद्रमा बन के आप ही तारों में जगमगा रहे, तारों की रोशनी में फिर, तारों की रोशनी में फिर दीपक जला के क्या करूं। मेरे प्रभु तू मुझको बता, तेरी सेवा मैं क्या करूं। मेरे प्रभु।
बहुत मीठा, बहुत खूब, and we all loved it. I'm sure the audiences would be very pleased to hear this. And Lopa and I thank you on behalf of the entire team of Outland Media. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.